Welcome back to the Transportation Development Program. We're talking with Steve Dykes, and he is Director of Economic Development for Charleston County. We're talking about all the wonderful businesses that have located in the Palmetto Commerce Parkway area. It's a business park out there. As a matter of fact, there are several parks within the major park, which Steve is responsible for, and his staff, in helping to recruit businesses to this community. And they have been pretty satisfied out there. I've ridden through the area and I see all sorts of vehicles, vans, and I don't know, what kind of businesses are out there anyway?
Well, Cheryl, it's
the variety. There seems to be a variety of businesses.
There really are. Predominantly, what you'll find out there will be automotive suppliers, aerospace suppliers, and data centers. But we've also got some distribution operations out there, and we've got some manufacturing. But by and large, it'll be aerospace and automotive.
Steve, it's not an easy kind of thing to do, and that is to attract businesses to your community. Business can go practically anywhere, and one of the issues that we have in this country right now happens to be that businesses are leaving the United States and going to other parts of the world, and they're locating there. And of course, we want to do the same, bring them over here.
That's right.
And to this country. But it's a difficult kind of task, it would seem, to attract businesses. And my question is, what sort of things are they looking for? What makes an area of a community attractive to a business?
I'd say that our success in Charleston, by and large, has had to do with location on the Atlantic seaboard, great location for folks that are trying to add productive capacity within the Southeast or within the Eastern United States. Certainly the Port of Charleston helps to fuel that particular advantage for being here. And then secondly, I think our workforce has been a great part of our success here.
And that's one of the things I wanted to ask. Are we as competitive, and I know you're going to say, yeah, of course we're competitive, but are we as competitive as we want to be, and is there more room for us to improve, and what is the key to us being competitive with other states and other communities and other countries even?
I think that's a valid question, and it's a question that keeps people in my profession up at night. But I'm happy to say that here in Charleston, in the Charleston region, our workforce is growing at a rate that outpaces the national average and the state average, and the profile of that workforce is trending in a more educated, more skilled direction. So I think that we're going to be strong with tech jobs, we're going to be strong with advanced manufacturing jobs in Charleston for years to come. Now, the things that we need to do, obviously, to keep that as an advantage is to continue to build upon the success by reinvesting in our schools, K through 12, with initiatives such as Cradle to Career, and to get better graduate courses in the community as quickly as we can, because frankly, without high-level IT and engineering curriculum here in the community, we stand to lose some of this advantage.
I'm thinking about the STEM program right now.
That's right.
Science, technology, engineering, and math.
Right.
That we want our students to participate in at a much larger degree than what they are right now.
That's right.
I would assume, and that's important.
Luckily, there's some fabulous initiatives going on here in the community with the Metro Chamber of Commerce in particular, where those types of things are being pushed. They're being pushed into the schools. There's great response, from the 4 school districts in this greater area. And there's great buy-in from the universities in terms of the whole trajectory of education. So I think there's a real coming together in 2015 that really has not been there prior to now.
And it's a wonderful thing to see the Chamber and Citadel and other College of Charleston, many of the institutions in our community that are involved in getting our youth educated in these areas, science and math and technology and all of that. But let me go to another area that's interesting to me, and that has to do with Charleston area being one of the few areas that I know about, and I don't know about you, that manufactures planes and motor vehicles. I mean, Is that true? Or
it is absolutely true. I can tell you without equivocation that we're the only place in the world where a wide-body commercial plane and a motor vehicle is built. And so that's a very rare distinction. And I don't think you'd find too many places in the world that build any type of plane and a motor vehicle. But my chairman, Elliott Summey, made that announcement back when we landed the Daimler Vans manufacturing plant, and he was definitely onto something with that comment.
And that's a big deal, isn't it? It's pretty important.
It's a very big deal.
Yeah.
So few communities ever have a shot at what's known as an original equipment manufacturer, an OEM. But to get one in aerospace and in automotive engineering is just unheard of.
Steve, what makes us attractive? What makes Charleston County attractive to those kinds of businesses that no other county or no other state would have, or few would have, but makes us competitive?
I think in the case of both Boeing and Daimler Vans, the Port of Charleston and our location and our intermodal logistics made a big difference. Certainly our right-to-work status as a state is a big plus in both of those cases and for many other businesses that move here. And I think both of those companies would attest to the workforce here, how eager we are, what a great work ethic we have, and how skilled we are and easy to work with. So when you roll those ingredients together, I think you've got something truly buildable for the future. How
do you address, though, the infrastructure issue? Because that's a challenge right now. We have to admit that. While we have the sales tax program, the transportation sales tax program, and we're doing extremely well, lots of big projects have been rolled out. The bonded projects, we call them, like Palmetto Commerce Parkway and Johnny Dodds and all of those. And we have the smaller projects, we call them allocations projects. We allocate funds for them. They've been working, but infrastructure is a challenge. It is.
There's just seemingly never enough money to go around for the type of highway improvements we need to be making, both on a big statewide scale and locally. And that's frankly one thing that makes me so proud of Charleston County in terms of being a state leader in going ahead, biting the bullet, going to its citizenry and saying, shall we have a local sales tax? And our public came back in a very loud voice to say, yes, let's do it. Let's roll our sleeves up. Let's get our local roads fixed. Let's improve our quality of life. And there's been an upside for business that's been unbelievable. So I think more of that's in order. And again, I hope that in Columbia, the message is received that we need that same kind of proactive movement on the greater state infrastructure system.
So well said, my friend. And we'll be back in just a moment with more of Steve Dykes, so don't go away.